I think a simple border fence, not high-tech, is the first step. And I think, and I'll get into it, I guess, in rebuttal because it's at stop now, but a whole host of other things that we can do that would, I guess, impact the degree to which illegals are wanting to come here.
What we need is really tough, fair immigration reform. And that means you pay your taxes, you pay your fines, you learn to speak English, and you get in the back of the line for the pathway to citizenship.
I want to talk about the Port of Charleston a little bit. Such an important issue to so many people that really depend on it. The Port of Charleston has been named as a priority in the President's budget. Both of you have said it is critical to the state's economic future. How would you convince a congressman from, say, Iowa, some other place in the country, to vote in favor of funding the deepening of the port? I'll start with you, Ms. Colbert-Busch.
This port is a huge economic engine for this state, and it's a huge economic engine for the country. And I'd like to make note that Mark Sanford, my opponent, voted against dredging for the port, voted against the bridge, and voted against everything, and he was the only congressman to do that.
If it was not simply a political statement at this moment, I don't think that you would have written me a $500 check after I left the United States Congress as I began to run for governor.
You said you would support trade. You said you would support the dredging. You said you would support all the things that we needed. And in fact, you didn't tell the truth. You turned around and did the opposite.
With regard to Obamacare, I think what's really, really significant is it turns upside down the whole Hippocratic Oath, and part of the reasons that we have superior health care in this country relative to a lot of other places around the globe is that there's a direct relationship between the doctor and the patient. And for the first time in American history, we would be basically turning that upside down in terms of the Hippocratic Oath and who a doctor really works for.
Obamacare is extremely problematic. What's good about it? Well, you can't be denied for pre-existing diseases. Your children can stay on your health care till they're 26. You can't discriminate on a woman. You can't charge a woman more for their health insurance just based on gender. When we talk about fiscal spending and we talk about protecting the taxpayers, it doesn't mean you take that money we saved and leave the country for a personal purpose.
She went there, Governor Sanford.
I couldn't hear what you said. She's received more than $1 million from special interests, Democratic special interests across this country in support of her candidacy.
My only pledge and my only special interests are to the people of South Carolina District 1, period.
Governor Sanford, when you were in Congress, right, you voted for the Defense of Marriage Act and to impeach President Clinton for an extramarital affair. Would you vote those ways again?
Well, I would reverse the question to you. And I would say this. Do you think that President Clinton should be condemned for the rest of his life based on a mistake that he made in his life?